Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Yassine. Hopefully you're having a great holiday season. And I have with me, as you can see, a bunch of MacBooks. I'm going to be going over these MacBooks and letting you guys know exactly what I like about each one of them and what I don't like about them. So I have with me here the 2016 MacBook Retina 12-inch. I have the 2015 MacBook Pro 15-inch with a dedicated graphics card. And I also have the 2016 MacBook Pro 13-inch with a touch bar in space gray. So like I said, I'm going to be going through them, telling you exactly what I like about them and what I don't like about them, and who I think that they are being geared towards. Hopefully that'll help you make a decision and picking one out. So let's get into this video. So I'm going to start with the smallest one of them all, and that is the 12-inch MacBook with the Retina display. So getting into this laptop, let me tell you what I really like about it. I really love the design and the form factor and the build. It's very thin and light, coming in only at 13.1 millimeters, and it only weighs 2.03 pounds. So that's a very portable laptop, and that's something that you can take with you anywhere that you go. And even though it's very thin and light, they somehow managed to get great battery life out of this laptop. So if you're using Safari, you actually get almost full 10 hours. But as a Chrome user, I did end up getting half of the time. So that's something to consider. Another thing that I really liked about this MacBook 12-inch is the display. Obviously, it has the Retina display, but it's just beautiful. It's very vibrant, the colors are very rich, and you get a very nice looking display. Now, when it comes to usability and the keyboard and the trackpad, I really do love that Force Touch trackpad, which it's really pleasant to use, and I got used to it fairly quick. And the last thing that I really liked about it is the speakers. Now, it is a very small laptop, but these speakers actually do a real good job. They have a decent sound, and they provide pretty good sound. Now, for all the things that I don't like, the biggest one of them all that I really can't stand is the lack of ports. I still don't understand why they only have one USB-C port. It's one thing that you have to carry dongles and adapters, but you also have to carry splitters, and that just takes it to another level. So I really didn't like that. Now, another thing is the fact that this computer is fanless, so even the slightest gaming will heat up the MacBook. And the last thing I want to mention is the keyboard. It does have the butterfly hinges, so there's not much travel or there's not much feedback, but this could be a pro or a con depending on whether you like that or not. It did take me some time to get used to it, but after I got used to it, then it was really like I didn't even notice it. When it comes to my recommendation for the 12-inch MacBook with the Retina display, I think this is for students and anybody that pretty much wants a beautiful laptop that's not going to be doing too much intense gaming or video editing or anything that requires intense computing. The build quality is great, it comes in different colors, and it can easily handle word processing, web browsing, and consuming of media like Netflix and Hulu. So if that's the majority of the stuff that you're going to be doing, then this lap is definitely for you. Otherwise, I think you should look somewhere else. Up next, we have the MacBook Pro 2016 with a touch bar. Now, what I really like about this one is first of all, that huge trackpad. I mean, it's really big. So I love that. And the palm rejection sometimes can be a little finicky, but that's something that could be updated with a software update down the road. So I'm really not concerned about that. The next thing is the fact that they added more ports. Now they are all USB-C ports, but at least now you have 4 of them. And that eliminates the whole process or the whole need of splitters because you can now charge your MacBook and still have other stuff connected. Now when it comes to the touch bar, I think it's a great addition and it can be very useful, but only at times. Sometimes you actually feel like you are taking an extra step to get engaged into the touch bar, but at times it's very intuitive and very convenient. So it's just a matter of getting used to it. One thing I do wish that they had is some kind of haptic feedback system in there so that it lets you know when you pressed it, or even just having the option where I can turn on haptic feedback if I really wanted to. Now the MacBook Pro 2016 with the touch bar is smaller and lighter than other MacBooks. It's only 3.02 pounds and only 14.9 millimeters thick. And it does come with additional colors rather than the silver that we're used to, so that's always welcome. And now you also get Touch ID, and I really like that because Touch ID lets you unlock your MacBook and also make purchases in the App Store. And now right on top of that giant trackpad, which by the way I really love, is the keyboard. And this is the 2nd gen Butterfly keyboard, and they perform a lot better than last year's. There's a little bit more travel to them, so that actually makes it easy for you if you're transitioning from an older MacBook and just getting used to them, and that makes it that much quicker. Now, when it comes to the things that I don't like with the MacBook Pro 2016 with the touch bar, there isn't much, just a few of them. So let me get into them real quick and let you guys know. Now, I know they added more ports and now we have 4 rather than the 1 from the 12-inch MacBook that came out last year, but they still don't have a dedicated SD card reader. And for somebody who makes YouTube videos and uses a mirrorless camera almost every single day, I wish they added that. Now, I don't know why they didn't, because I don't think that would have made the MacBook any thicker or made it any bigger. So maybe it has something to do with the internals and just fitting more battery or the space that they had inside. But that was something that I really wish that they did. The last thing that I don't like about the 2016 MacBook Pro with a 13-inch is the fact that you don't have an option for a dedicated GPU or a quad-core processor. Now, this might sound like I'm just nitpicking, but for somebody that edits videos and has a YouTube channel, I would have loved to have the ability to get these options so that I can pay the extra money and have a 13-inch MacBook that has the dedicated graphics card and has a quad-core processor. But that's just me. Now, in terms of recommendation for the 2016 MacBook Pro with the touch bar, it's a great MacBook, and it's a great MacBook for first-time buyers. Now, there isn't enough here for you to upgrade if you have last year's MacBook though. The MacBook Pro, the 2016-inch with the touch bar, can definitely handle anything you throw at it, from word processing, web browsing, media consumption, light gaming, and even video editing. Now, it will not excel at gaming or video editing, but it can definitely get it done with a few hiccups, at least from my experience. And finally, we have the 15-inch MacBook Pro from 2015. Now, this is my personal computer that I've had for the last year. What I really like about it is the fact that it came with a dedicated graphics card, it's got the quad-core option, and you get all the ports, including the SD card reader, which any video creator cannot live without. It has the Retina display, it is 15 inches, and so it gives you a lot of real estate to do some work whether you are video editing or whether you're gaming, so that's always a plus. And the last thing that I like about the 15-inch MacBook Pro is something that gets underrated and probably will never be brought back from Apple, but that is the MagSafe. Now, you know how many people that I know that had their kids or a friend trip over their laptop charger and their whole laptop got dragged off the table and it broke their screen or broke their keyboard or their trackpad. So I really love the MagSafe, and I think it's a very underrated technology. Now, when it comes to the things that I don't like about the 2015 MacBook Pro 15-inch is that the fact that it's big and clunky. And I think the only reason it's big and clunky is because of all these other MacBooks that came out that are lighter and thinner. Now, this thing is a workhorse. It'll get anything you want done, but when you have to haul it around in your backpack, whether you're a student or whether you're traveling, it can get really heavy, and honestly, I wish it was just a tad bit lighter and a tad bit smaller. So if you can get past the size of it and how big it is or how much it weighs, then this is definitely for the video creators and definitely for the people that are out there that want to game on it. So I hope you liked that video. That was a quick comparison between 3 different MacBooks. I hope I was able to shine some light on some of the things that I discovered. And if there's something that I didn't answer, feel free to go ahead and leave a comment or a question in the comment section below, and I'm going to be answering questions. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, I would really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you consider subscribing to my channel, as I'm always uploading quality videos like this and trying to help you guys out there. So thanks for watching my video, and until next time, stay plugged.